Hi, this is Graham Jeacocke here. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe and thanks for watching. Now, it's been a while since I uploaded a video, so I decided to upload one. Now, Geoffrey Hinten, who I didn't know before, is a British computer scientist, I think, and he worked at Google, and he was perhaps was it the grandfather of artificial intelligence, and he left Google on account of the dilemma he was facing about the road that artificial intelligence was going down. Now, I am not certain that this article is true or false, because until I can see Geoffrey talking about it, I can't be absolutely certain. But just make the assumption that it is true. Okay, if we look at Geoffrey, right, I can see Geoffrey is like Pontius Pilate when he was involved in the trial of Jesus Christ. Now, what did Pontius say to the crowds wishing that Jesus be crucified? I wash my hands of responsibility. And that is clearly what Geoffrey is doing. Because as the prosecution against Geoffrey, we're allowed to make assumptions because the nature of law is to ask questions to get truth. Now, Geoffrey, are you a believer in Jesus Christ? Are you a believer in God? Are you a believer in the Jewish faith? Are you a believer in the Christian faith? Do you have integrity? Do you have morals? Do you have ethics? Right? Because there are two ways a person can live, right? If they go down the educated route, okay? You can live by education alone, right? Let's take no man can live by bread alone, right? Geoffrey lives by education alone, right? Just adapted that little biblical verse. Geoffrey has lived by education alone, and this way of living has caused problems. Now, there is an alternative way. You could have said that God is above education, looking down, supervising. So, this is the question I would like to ask Geoffrey, since he's abandoned what he helped achieve. Now, if your son was in trouble through the law, would you abandon your son? Regardless if he is true to what he has been accused of or false to what he has been accused of. But anyway, back to a little quibble I have with certain people that look at Pontius Pilate in the trial of Jesus, right? Because you have to look at it in a different way, from a different perspective. You see, when I draw a picture, right, I can look at a head the way you're looking at me, okay? That is one perspective. But if I change the angle or whatever, you see a different way of looking at things. Now, this is what you have to do with Pontius Pilate. Now, Pontius Pilate, let's look at his character, his how he lived from day to day. We get to see that he's a nasty, nasty kind of person, right? But the Bible reveals Pontius Pilate to be a nice person, having compassion for Jesus. I think you could have the perspective wrong, because what is the key ingredient in this little scene? Pontius met Jesus. He witnessed Jesus, right? There was a change. Let's look at the old let's take man and woman, right? When a woman is within observation of a guy, right? Their behavior will change because one, they may want to impress them, right? Bear this in mind. Now, when Pontius Pilate came across Jesus, despite his own character of being nasty, when he looked upon Jesus, there was this character change which testifies against the character of Jesus in a way. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And if I've said anything wrongly about Geoffrey the computer scientist, I hope you can find a way to forgive me. Anyway, bye for now.